It's Week 13 of the NFL.
And coming up, we'll see the electric Jaden Daniels.
He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Cowboys and the Giants, and it comes your way next.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington with Charles David. Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
On second down, here's the option. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Now Herbert off the bootleg. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So here come the Cowboys onto the field with excellent position to get things started. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now Daniels. That's caught. It's Strange, the tight end. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down. 4 yards remain on second down. Ball on the 10. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Giants offense and Puka Nacua ready to take over once more. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently 2nd in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts. The Giants offense at the line ready to begin their next drive. And they've got to be breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief. The first time you throw the football winds up being picked, but fortunately for them, it does not lead to points.
So that tells you about team football, doesn't it? Everybody gets together. What's that term they use? Complementary football? Okay, he threw the pick. The defense got together and said, hey, let's shut them down. Let's not turn it into points. They did exactly that. Now he gets a fresh start, a clean slate.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Pollard again. And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were quite formidable in the win over the Eagles a week ago.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That's a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Now it's Herbert. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown, Giants. Michael Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now, this is a crew. They've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. Get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. 2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Play action, now it's Daniels. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Third and 12. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Flushed out right. And he will slide down with the first down for the moment, but a penalty flag on the field.
Offense.
And this third down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw is Daniels. A short throw there to Strange. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Gets this complete to Shaheed. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Here's Daniels. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Daniels looking to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off, and he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. The Cowboys hit 9-3 here on the year, and they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. A short throw there to Strange. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Davis. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Throwing now is Daniels. Throw left side complete. That's Coleman. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that will bring up second down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
At the Giants' 14-yard line.
On the bootleg, it's Daniels. And a quick throw here, that's complete. No gain on the play. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To the air goes Daniels. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Reek Woolen. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Giants touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick six to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick six. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
Gay is on for the point after. And it is now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Again, it's Edwards. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. A short throw there to Strange. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First down. First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They go play action. Daniels. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the 30-yard line.
Off the play fake, Daniels. He's able to get it to Coleman. And they move this all the way down to the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Looking to throw. Daniels to the left side into the hands of Adunze. That'll give them 8 that time. And now what we have here, a third and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. Daniels. And that is incomplete. Credit the Giants defense that time in pass coverage. 4th down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So they get the 3 points, but they've now had 3 trips into the red zone, and that's all they've come away with.
And in the NFL, the way they measure red zone efficiency and success, did you score touchdowns on those drives? That's first and foremost. Getting points, that's the second measurement. So by that measure, they haven't done very well. They've got to figure that out.
And New York set to take the field. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend, but you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up, and the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Herbert. This one finds Wilson downfield. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. This is caught. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Puka Nacua, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Giants continue to pull away here in this first half. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. That's caught. It's a rookie from Oregon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Daniels. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Well, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Over the middle, complete. That's Davis. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this one is right down the middle. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Herbert. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Now it's Herbert. A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. We're starting to get near the home stretch of this NFL season. It's Week 13, so let's get an update on what's going on. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Dak Prescott leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And it was the visiting Chicago Bears who come away with the victory. Sam Darnold leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. David Montgomery, a touchdown run in the victory. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up, ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Looking to throw. Daniels. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll look middle here and get it to Odunze. So the completion good for just 3. And it's second down. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Let's go now.
To throw is Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. A short throw there to Strange. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Here now, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Giants' 30-yard line.
Back to throw. Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Herbert now. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Oh, good hands there defensively. That's second down. Option play, here's Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard strike. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 22.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
2nd and 10. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line. Let's go.
Here's Daniels.
Buying time to his left. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Jaden Daniels.
24 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And they're able to cut this deficit down to 12.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his 2nd drop of the game. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And the Giants first down.
Out of the gun, a give to Pollard.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back to throw here, Herbert. incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A give to Pollard running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Looking to throw. Herbert. This will be caught at about the 6. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Herbert, that's caught at the 1. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on 3rd and goal from the 1. Pollard, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. This an easy one, 23-yarder. So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So an important one there as they widen their lead in this 4th quarter.
All right, partner, help me out with the math here. Make sure I am on point, because the way I see it, the other guys still need 2 touchdowns, but in addition, a 2-point conversion. So this is all about them playing perfect football from here on out.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Play action. Now it's Daniels. He'll get this into the hands of Odunze. And he's brought down. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score, because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. A pass complete to Odunze. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
To the air goes Daniels. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Daniels looking to throw. They'll set up the screen with Davis. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line. And that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Here's Herbert. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
And the slot man goes in motion left. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. That is caught. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Pass complete there to Nakua. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Play action. It's Herbert. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Giants look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, I've heard you use the term put-away drive, and that right there seemed like the definition of a put-away drive.
Yeah, it certainly just pops right up out of the book, doesn't it? Because up 2 scores already, just wanted to possess the football, keep converting and picking up 1st downs. And if the drive ends in 3 points, that's terrific. If it ends in a touchdown, fantastic.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. Now Daniels. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Operating from the gun. Daniels got his man complete over the middle. It's Coleman. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now a 2nd and 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's caught by Coleman. 2 yards, good enough for a first. To throw is Daniels. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Here's a 2nd and 8. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Davis. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Dumps it off to Edwards. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fends him off. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Daniels going to throw for it. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Giants offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now it's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2nd down and 8. Pollard will take it up the gut. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin?
Yeah, they thumped them.
Yeah, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Giants, their very slim playoff hopes remain as they move to 6-7 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.